Hello and welcome to this week's episode of MT Squared, Minerva's 2-minute tactics for your procurement, where this week we're in lockdown 3.0, so I'm back home again, and I hope you are all keeping well. So at the end of last year, as I'm sure that it didn't escape your notice, we left the EU. And in doing so, for those of you that are in maintained schools, academies or part of a MAT, then there was a fundamental change to the way that you have to advertise your tenders if they breach a certain threshold. Now, many of you will know the term OJU, the official journal of the European Union, and that's what we used to use in order to advertise our tenders. And if a tender value breached the OJU threshold, then you were required to advertise it in that way. So we can't use OJU anymore. And a number of my clients have said to me, well, that's fantastic, Lorraine, no OJU, so we don't have to run those types of processes. Unfortunately, you do. The legislation that underpinned OJU in the UK is actually called the Public Contracts Regulations 2015, and they are still in place. So all the framework and the regulatory requirements that you previously had are all still there. The main difference at this moment in time is that where you advertise your tenders is no longer on the official journal, but actually on a new service called Find a Tender service. So I'd recommend that you go on the .gov website and have a look at the information. There's a procurement policy note, which is 0820, which will give you lots of detail and information around the Find a Tender service. It's actually incredibly easy to use, and is actually a good improvement on what we previously used with OJU, on the basis that the Find a Tender service does actually publish your tender pretty much instantaneously, whereas under the old OJU process, where it advertised on TED, Tenders Electronic Daily, it could take up to 5 days for your tender advertisement to appear. So, you know, a good improvement, I think, with the new service. So that's my tactic for this week. Make sure that if you're in any of those schools that I mentioned at the beginning, you go and investigate the Find a Tender service and make sure that you're fully au fait with your new requirements. That's it. Until next time, soldier on.